horn. Is your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
I know Unicorn Fart Dust is doing great. I'm going to tell you the reasons why during this video, but I'm getting messages. I know the overall crypto market, the meme coin sector is going through a very challenging time, but I know that our project is doing great. When I look at the numbers, when I look at the community, when I realize we've been around for 9 months, when's the rest of crypto going to wake up to what we are doing? It is happening. It happens day by day by day. We do have a massive opportunity. Here's the truth that you may not want to hear, guys. We have the opportunity to create our own little financial ecosystem. That's a fact, okay? We have the opportunity to create something that can be insulated from what goes on in the outside TradFi world, even within the crypto world. It really is a gift, but it doesn't happen overnight. It happens day by day by day. As more and more people hear about us, remember that marketing rule of 7, as more and more people realize, okay, come on, crypto. Hello, crypto world. Do you want crypto to be successful? Well, rug pulls and all the other shenanigans that go on out there, we aren't going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but that doesn't make crypto successful. Guess what? Okay, meme coin investors of the world who are still buttercups have not yet bought their first UFD beans. Okay, if you want to be safe, if you want something reliable, if you don't want to wake up and realize that overnight 80 or 90% of your money's gone, if you want a real community where you can get real support, where you can contribute, everybody, all these crypto people out there, not everybody, but a lot of them like to talk about, oh, Web3 and blah, blah, blah. Well, we are Web3. We are the opportunity. We are fair, honest, right? We are transparent about everything. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we are surviving. Let's get that. That's our foundation, UFD family. We are surviving, but we're doing a lot more than that. We're thriving in many, many ways with projects that are going on. But just the fact alone, think about this. I want to show you something. Okay, in plain color or black and white, whatever it's going to come up at. Here we go. This is from Coin Market Cap. There's our coin. Okay, we're at $18 million market cap right now. That's, look, that's great. We know that we are one of the most undervalued. We'll look at some of the data that'll support that here in a few seconds. But what I want to look at is this right here, market overview. And if we pull that up, and if you look way down here, let me get my crayons out, way down here in the bottom left corner, they hide it down here. The total number of cryptos, bottom left corner, you can barely see it, 21,700,000 total cryptocurrencies in the world. Now, I want you to think, why is that important? There's a reason why that's important. Because I went through the exhaustive effort of asking Google AI, how many people live in the greater New York area? Like not New York City, but the whole New York area. It's about 20 million people. Let's go back here real quickly. We in Unicorn Fart Dust are, let's go back. Hold on here. Here we go. We are ranked number 939 in all of crypto. You can get that number here right below where it says Unicorn Fart Dust. I'm circling it for you. Why is that important? Think about all 20 million of those people in New York, okay? And if they were to say, we're going to pick out the top 1,000 people out of all 20 million, think about 20 million people. We're going to pick out the top 1,000. We would be in that group. What we are doing is working. It's not going to happen overnight, okay? And we have people Good people, you people, yeah, you. I'm talking to you. And by the way, please subscribe to the channel. Go to YouTube, watch it, give this a thumbs up, retweet it on Twitter, whatever. We are the project. We are different. We are unique. We are the unicorn. We are the top 1,000 project out of 20 million. All those people, 20 million people, the top 1,000. We are sitting in that group. That's powerful. Okay. Yes, we're surviving. That alone. Look, here's the reality. Most of these other projects, they're talking out of their you know what. And that's been going on for years. And that's not just in the meme coin sector. There's some great projects in meme coins. Absolutely. In overall crypto. Absolutely. But the reality is there are only a handful. And I think, right, when you look at community and you look at two things, what we are doing, how we are doing it. Okay. We are on the rails, guys. We are on the crypto rails that were laid out for us by the founders of the crypto world. You've heard that speech a million times, okay? But we're also doing it with this honesty, integrity, the things that people value. People eventually, all the pigs, all the crap, they're all going to, the snakes, they're all going to eat themselves up. It's happening. Come on, dusters. Come on, buttercups. Come on, right? Guys, we got to stay on the rails, and we are doing it, okay? Focus on our project. The biggest thing we can do, right, to change the crypto world to the extent that we can is for us to be successful. And you know, everybody's watching this project. Everybody in the meme coin sector knows, and I think envies some people, some, not all, but envies what we are doing. Maybe we even scare some people with what we're doing. I mean, gosh, forbid, right, that we actually follow like just some basic human morals, right? That we're going to be honest, we're going to have integrity, we're going to be transparent, we're going to welcome people, all age groups, all religions, all political affiliations, whatever. Okay, we're not a coin that's for bass fishermen or for hardcore conservative. No, I mean, everybody here is welcome, right? Because of the pure people that believe in good and people that believe and understand and want the opportunity to have real impact on what they are doing, a real impact on a project, what Web3, what this beautiful technology has given us as a gift. This reminds me, I'll just tell you this right now. What we're going through in the meme coin sector reminds me very much of what I went through in the precious metal sector. Okay. Many of you know I'm a gold and silver maxi. I'm a unicorn fart dust maxi. I followed silver. I'll talk about silver specifically for years and years, decades. It was a battle. I don't think it's going to take that long for unicorn fart dust. Or crypto in general, but I followed silver. We got beat down. I mean, things would start to get a little better, you get beat down. Things start to get a little better, you get beat down. But there were people in that sector that believed, that knew, okay, and stayed the course, right? And right now, as of today, they're being handsomely rewarded, right? The silver price has gone up significantly in the last year. The silver price has doubled over the last 4 or 5 years, and silver doesn't move as exact. And this opportunity that we have with unicorn fart dust, right? I mean, guys, the fact that we have 999 million beans, period. And when the price goes down, what happens, right? Big players, big dusters move in. Some new buttercups join us. We're getting that message all the time. We are the different project. Remember that. That's what made us special and still makes us special today. We are the different project. Oh my gosh, God forbid, we're the project that doesn't rip people off. And again, I'll say it one more time. There are a handful of other great projects that follow those same, moral code. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. But on top of that, there's one UFD. It's out there on the blockchain. There's 999 million beans. And a lot of those, not a lot, but some of those have been lost. Some of those have been forgotten about. They're gone. They're never going to get traded. But day by day by day, we build and build and build and build. And eventually what we get to is this right here. Right? We fill the jug Okay, we fill the jug, we get a bean shortage, we get a beanopoly, but it takes work and it takes time. And when you think about what made Bitcoin so successful and compare us right now, what's going on in this community, total grassroots, total community driven. You guys did this. You made this. I did it as an experiment. I said, don't buy it. It was born in FUD. You know that, right? We can thank Susie, upstairs Susie, our good friend, for sending me that article about Bartcoin. And I'm like, don't buy it. It's unicorn fart. I mean, this is once in a lifetime, a one-time occurrence that's happening. I can never make another unicorn fart dust. Nobody can ever make another unicorn fart dust. Nobody can ever make this opportunity that we have sitting there on the blockchain. And as we continue, right, to adhere to those ethos of crypto, to those ethos of just general mankind, right, the crypto world will wake up. The rest of the world will wake up as more money comes into crypto. And I think we're doing, so people ask, how's the project? How's it going? Right? We're doing great. We're surviving at a base level, and we're doing much, much more, and we will continue to do much, much more. All right, let's look at some interesting data, guys. And thank you for being here again, please. And oh yeah, don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, meme coins based on anything that I say. I just been down here in my basement doing live streams pretty much every day for the last 4 years. And a lot of what I've said has come true. I'm not perfect. I don't have a crystal ball, right? But I do like to analyze what's happening. When I analyze the value opportunity in unicorn fart dust right now, based upon what I see you doing in the community, based on what I know about the structure of crypto and blockchain, in my opinion only, unicorn fart dust is a great, great value opportunity. And there's some numbers that back that up. Let's go out and take a look at some data that we received. Okay, David Satoshi's putting out, this is incredible, okay? He says, hold on here, share the right screen. There we go. Okay, David says, let's make sure we got you on the right screen, guys, which we do. Okay, back to business. Do you want to know what's always conveniently left out when charts like this get posted? I dug into the numbers and rearranged them to show the real picture. Here are the top 5 coins. At the time, they were around 20 million or over 20 million market cap, where holders kept their bags for 60 days plus. These are the top 5 coins, okay, that where people held their coins for more than 60 days. Andy, Bobo, Wolf, and our friends at Apu, and there we are, UFD at 80%. So 80% of our holders. Wow, this is a sign of a diamond-handed community. But it gets better. There's a cherry on top, okay? So what did he learn? Number 1, the Boys Club meta on Ethereum is alive and thriving. Andy Wolf and the crew, all that stuff, right? Those top 4 coins. But unicorn fart dust is the most diamond-handed Solana meme coin on the list. Don't let them fool you or spin the numbers. Prove my point wrong. So what he's saying is that when it comes to diamond-handedness of holders who've held more than 60 days on the Solana ecosystem, we are the number 1 coin. Remember what we talked about earlier during this live stream, right? There's proof, right? How's the project doing? I think the project's doing awesome. We're 9 months old. We have the most highest number of diamond-handed, when you look at that from a 60-day plus holder count, of any coin, meme coin, on the Solana network. Let that sink in. But wait, there's more. I think Dave gave us some more data that we're going to look at here. And we're going to go back. Yeah, we're going to look at this. Can it go lower? Here, hold on. And all right, here we are. Rapid fire charts. Did Dusters panic when the UFD dipped below 20 million, where we are again now, market cap? Don't worry, Davey's here with some optimism. Sometimes a hard reset sets the stage for a bigger bounce. Right now, UFD is shaping up an inverse head and shoulders, potentially working through its right shoulder. breaking that neckline, and the upside is clear. Can it go lower? Sure. Drop below the head, and the pattern is invalid. That should be pure capitulation. But either way, we have 2 looks near its end, and a bounce is coming. Okay. Don't forget, by the numbers, UFD is the most diamond-handed community on Solana. Yes, thank you, Davey. In a sea of chaos, it stands out as the rare Solana meme coin with true Ethereum-style holder conviction. That's why it's a unicorn. And let's look at his chart that he pulled up. And I want to show you the inverse head and shoulders. Okay, guys, it's a technical chart pattern. Think of a person standing on their head. They would have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Okay, and this is kind of like the baseline. In the world of technical analysis, it's one of the most followed technical patterns, and typically then what happens is it goes that way. Okay, so this is the head, and those are the 2 shoulders. Again, it's a person standing on their head. Let me get rid of that, and let me show you what he was seeing. Here's the kind of the baseline that he had drawn. Here's the shoulder, here's the head, here's the shoulder. Have we broken down below this level? It's hard to tell. We're getting close. However, right, how that could work out would be in that direction. But I think what also is important to note here is we are again consolidating around this $20 million market cap area. And look, guys, the reality is there are so many people out there who are, number one, as he proved, right, we are the most diamond-handed meme coin on the Solana network, but our whales, excuse me, are buying more. The community is buying more. And on top of that, we have so many buttercups that are joining us as well. New holders, people who've been burnt. I mean, come on, man. You know what's going on some of these platforms and these rug pulls and these, I don't want to name names of coins, but there's an almost unlimited list when you go back a month of projects, quote unquote, that came up and wound up, going to almost zero, almost nothing. There's so many people being burned in crypto, in the meme coin sector, in particular, that here we are, and we keep standing tall, right? Our horns are glowing. Horns up, dusters. Horns up, right? Our horns are glowing. People are going to get tired of it. That's the way it works, right? And they don't want to leave crypto. They get tired. Maybe they'll say, oh, you know what? I'm tired of getting ripped off. I'm tired of getting rug pulled. I'm tired of empty promises. I'm tired of not having a project that I can rely on where I can feel safe. I'm tired of not having a project where I can make a difference. Hey guys, we're here. See our horns? See our UFD horns? We're waiting. Okay, we're waiting. So many big people in the sector have also told me that for crypto, this is kind of a grandiose statement, but I've been told this, that if crypto is going to make it, if meme coins are going to make it, that UFD has to be successful. We have to do it, guys. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're attracting. That's the change that we can make in the world, and we will continue to make it as well. Because people are not only think about this. It's not only the meme coin sector, but people out in the general economy, especially young people, are frustrated. I want to share with you some data that's coming out about why younger people in particular are really losing hope, but why we can be as big of a part of as we can be the solution. And that will be good news for the UFD community. Let's go out here to a great article that I saw on Yahoo News. This is from Fortune. Susie Welch says Gen Z and millennials are burnt out because older generations worked just as hard, but they had hope, right? People are losing hope. It's sad. I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs to you here. Welch said that this insight emerged from a conversation she had with a 25-year-old freelance worker who asked Welch to create more content about worker fatigue among young people because her friends were just so burnt out. When Welch told this worker she used to work 7 days a week at that age and loved the work and would have done more of it if she could, the young woman offered a striking rebuttal. Quote, "But you had hope." Okay, and then Susie says she did have hope. There's a little more I want to read to you here. Okay, here. She said, quote, "I think the distance between people right now is greater than it's ever been before. Okay, Jim Harper, Gallup's chief scientist of workplace and well-being, previously told Fortune, when people become more distant physically, you become more mentally distant. And that's what's happened with younger workers. So two big key takeaways here. Number one, because of the way the TradFi, financial, monetary system, whatever, the economy is set up, young people are losing hope. I mean, does it not make sense? Can a young person in their 20s or 30s who doesn't own a home afford to buy a home right now? No. I look at my neighborhood. I'm like, gosh, I'm glad I got in when I did, because if I was 30 when I moved to this neighborhood 25 years ago. Okay. I could afford a house and I made a good income. Now, if I was in that same position, not a chance, right? So people are losing hope, right? We can give people hope, right? Because of how special and unique our setup is with UFD, which I talked about earlier. So I'm not going to repeat myself. But the other big key takeaway from that article that they talked about, the people from Gallup, the Gallup poll, right? People feel distant from each other. People feel they have no hope, okay, or they're losing hope. All these young people, it's like, all I do is work and all I can do is afford a crappy apartment and some DoorDash food once a week or whatever the case may be. And I'm not laughing about that. It's actually a sad situation, okay? But on top of that, they feel distant. They don't feel like they're part. And we know, Murad talked about it. That's what the meme coin communities can offer, right? Is a sense of belonging. It can address what has been called an epidemic of isolation, not just in the United States, but all over the world, right? The people in America, if everybody, everything's so great here and so happy, why is such a big portion of the population medicated or talking about the fact that they're not happy? Think about it, guys. People are not really happy right now. Not everybody, right? And we all go through our ups and downs, right? It's part of life. Trust me. If you've been down, I've been down before. I'm with you, brother. Don't worry about it, right? Things will get better. Hang in there. All that great stuff. But people feel isolated. People want to be part. They're losing hope, right? That's from Fortune magazine right in front of us. And they're feeling isolated. We give hope. Hey, we got hope. You got a horn? Get a unicorn horn. You don't have any hope? Go buy 10 unicorn fart dust. Yeah, it cost you what? 20 cents. For 20 cents, you too can have hope. Okay. But on top of that, we give this opportunity not only for hope, for people to be part of something. And that's the part that's not about money, right? That's the part that's about heart. That's the part that's about being part of something that has a shared mission, part of something where you can make a difference, right? It's beautiful. It's right there. We got the project for you. Crypto world in general, Gen Zs, millennials. It's called Unicorn Fart Dust. You can have hope and you can belong. Just be decent, okay? Be part of something that has a shared mission, that has a soul, that has a purpose. Here, I got a whole list of words, right? Goals, meaning. You want some meaning in your life? We got it. You can have some meaning, okay? United and motivated. Because don't forget, at Unicorn Fart Dust, we are a utility coin. Yes, we are, right? And our utility comes from our community. We got a million ways to make it. I think it's on that I love that Jay-Z song. On to the next one. We got a million ways to make it at UFD. I got a million ways to make it. You should listen to the song. I don't know. I don't really know the words. So if it's not something good, don't get mad at me. But there's a line in there, and I heard it. I was listening to it yesterday, and it made me think of UFD because our community is unlimited, because we are the unicorn horniest community on the internet. We can reproduce faster than anybody. Somebody made a dirty GIF or whatever it's called, GIF, GIF, of a unicorn horn coming out of a zipper. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. But we are, right? We are, and we attract people. We really do have we got a million ways to make it. Guys, there's a million that's unlimited. The community is unlimited. The utility that the community can come up with, games, DJ shows, the list goes on and on. I won't go through the whole list. Okay, it is an unlimited situation. And yeah, middle class people are down. I kind of went through that whole rant already, but here, Six Flags. You may not know this about me, but I love roller coasters. People ask, like, what do you like to do? I love roller coasters. I love amusement parks. Okay. And don't forget, at some point in the future, my long-term goal would be to have an amusement park that is unicorn themed with a bunch of pink stuff. Imagine that picture with a bunch of pink stuff and rainbows, and it's called Unicorn Fartland. Anyway, Six Flags says the middle class is vanishing. Okay. And look, and here it is. There's something in here as well that directly relates to us. Okay. The parks are shuttering or scaling back as attendance falls. Costs soar and the value of money erodes. Many Americans, saddled with record debt and squeezed by stubborn inflation, simply can't justify spending hundreds of dollars for a fleeting escape. All right. But so people can't afford it. We know that. Okay. A survey covered by Disney Dining found that 61% of households earning under $100,000, more than half of the American families, so more than half of American families earn less than 100,000, are skipping theme park vacations because ticket and extras are unaffordable. And then, hold on a minute here. The dollars eroded, all that good stuff. The other thing they talk about in this article is that people are spending more time online. There was a term they used for it, right? And that made me think of UFD, right? Like that's, people are spending time online, but when people learn that they can spend time online, we're on the leading edge of what's happening in the world of Web3. When people realize that they can spend time online, but they can do that in a way where they can impact their own life, they can have some hope and help grow something, grow a project. This is the marriage of something awesome, guys, what we have in our hands right now. Okay. It's the marriage of technology. Don't get me wrong. I'm in my basement talking to you. Where are you? You might be in Africa. There's people watching right now in Africa. I know that for a fact. People in Europe, people in South America, people in Canada, people in Montana, people in Tampa, Florida. There are people, this miracle of the technology that we have. I'm talking to you through a $25 webcam, and I have 6 light bulbs. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 light bulbs pointed at me. And I had to pay like $1,000 a year to StreamYard. So I do have to pay a little bit for the supposed premium edition. Anyway, that's not the point. We've got the marriage of this incredible technology. Look, I'm your grandpa. Listen to me. It's normal to you if you're young, right? If you're one of those millennials or Gen Zs without hope. But when I was your age, when I was 25, and I'm talking to everybody here, you older folks like me, we've got people who are 90. Everybody's welcome. Okay. But 20 years ago, the concept of doing this didn't exist. So that's one part of the marriage. That's a gift, right? We can talk, we can come together from all over the world. But on top of that, the other part of the gift is the blockchain, is crypto, is Web3. And we are on look, the technology to be able to do this has been around obviously for 15 years or so, roughly, live streaming, all that great stuff. I've been doing it for 4 years. But the Web3 crypto side of it and us being able to come together, we are really in the early phases of that. It's super exciting. It is a gift. And then you put on top of those two things, right, what we specifically are doing with UFD, right? This project, this community, guys, you did this. You did it. This is your fault. You and Susie is who I'm blaming. Susie sent me the article. You can start a meme coin for $20, whatever it said. NBC News, you're at fault too. On a Sunday night, December 15th, it was probably. And on December 16th, I went through the process. You know the whole story of setting up a wallet, watched a 10-minute YouTube video about how to start a meme coin on Pump Fun. And we created this. You created this. It's a big deal. Hey, great job. I was meant to talk about the beginning. Great job yesterday on the Kraken raid, our tier 1 exchange who listed us. Thank you, Kraken, for everything you've done. But most importantly, on top of that, thank you to the UFD community for everything you did to make that possible. That was a big deal. We got a lot of work more. I guarantee you, hundreds and hundreds and thousands, maybe more of people heard about UFD for the first time. Or maybe they heard about us 8 weeks ago, 8 months ago, but they heard about us again yesterday because of the hard work that the raiders did. Were you part of it? Can you be part of spreading the dust today, right? That's the question that you can ask yourself. The other thing is tomorrow, Tuesday, which will be the 23rd of September, we are planning a Reddit Ask Me Anything event where it's going to start at 10 a.m. Central Time, and we're going to get the word out about UFD. This is our first time doing it. It's kind of a bit of a complicated process to get it set up. So if anything changes with that, I will let you know. But the exciting part is these AMAs, Ask Me Anything events, and I'll be on there initially for the first 2 hours and then continue to answer more questions into the evening and the following days. But they can generate massive exposure. So we'll keep you posted on that. And remember one thing about Reddit, apparently they don't like, so we aren't there to necessarily directly shill the coin. We're there to talk about the community, the process that we've gone through, what community building's all about. And by doing that, we will get a lot more exposure for UFD. All right, I've rambled for a half hour. We got 350 people all over the world joining us. Please do one more thing for me. Press the repost button, okay? I'll put it back out when I'm done here. Let's keep up the great work, okay? We are thriving. We will continue to thrive. We will continue to attract more and more good people to our community because of you. Have a great day. Thank you, Ledger. Thank you, MoonPay, for the sponsorship. I almost forgot. We're so lucky to have MoonPay, the entry door into crypto for millions and millions of people, as a sponsor of our channel. You know my story. My very first crypto experience, very first crypto transaction was with MoonPay. And of course, Ledger. All right, Ledger's got some big announcements that we're going to be hearing about in the coming month. They got their big Ledger Open event that's going to be happening at the end of October. Ledger is kind of laying out a vision for the future of digital asset ownership. Guys, a lot of people think Ledger is just this, right? The hardware wallet. They are a lot more than that. With the Ledger Live app, you can buy, sell, stake, swap, manage all your digital assets all in one place. I think for me, and that's what I do, it's much easier than using a separate software wallet. I love Ledger. I love the Ledger Live app. I'd encourage you to check them out as well. And stay tuned for some exciting developments and news as we move into the next couple of months. Okay, have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon. Be good to yourself. That will give you a platform from which to be good to other people. Take care. Bye-bye.